Imagine a heavy stone carried on your shoulders for years. It weighs you down, making it hard to breathe, hard to move forward. This stone is unforgiveness. Holding on to anger, pain, and resentment keeps us stuck in the past. Forgiveness is the act of putting down that stone. It is a decision to let go of the pain and choose peace. Think of a time someone hurt you deeply. It could have been a betrayal by a close friend, a harsh word from a loved one, or an act of injustice that left you feeling vulnerable and exposed. These moments often leave a lasting imprint on our hearts and minds. You replay the event in your mind, feeling the anger and pain as if it happened yesterday. The emotions surge through you, and you find yourself trapped in a cycle of bitterness and hurt. Each recollection is like reopening an old wound, preventing it from ever truly healing. This is the weight of resentment. It binds you, making every step forward feel like an insurmountable challenge. The chains of resentment are heavy, and they hold you back from experiencing the freedom and joy that life has to offer. Sarah, a kind and gentle soul, carried the weight of her father's abandonment. She often found herself lost in thought, staring at old photographs and wondering what she had done to deserve such pain. The memories of her father leaving haunted her, casting a shadow over her every moment. He left when she was young, leaving a gaping hole in her heart. As a child, she would sit by the window, waiting for him to return, clinging to a stuffed animal for comfort. The sense of abandonment was overwhelming, and it shaped her view of the world and her place in it. Years later, the pain still felt fresh, poisoning her relationships and happiness. She struggled to trust others, fearing that they too would leave her. The resentment she harbored towards her father seeped into every aspect of her life, making it difficult for her to find peace and contentment. The heavy chains of resentment held her back, preventing her from moving forward and embracing the love and joy that she deserved. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or condoning the wrong. It means acknowledging the pain, accepting that it happened, and choosing to move forward. It's about breaking the chains of resentment that bind you to the past. Imagine Sarah finally deciding to forgive her father. It doesn't erase the pain of his absence, but it allows her to release the anger and bitterness she held for so long. Forgiveness is not about the person who hurt you, it's about you. It's about freeing yourself from the prison of the past. When you forgive, you choose to heal. You choose happiness. Sarah, in forgiving her father, gave herself a precious gift, the gift of peace. She was finally able to move forward, to build healthy relationships, and to experience true joy. Section 5. The healing power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a powerful act of self-love. It is not just about letting go of the wrongs others have done to us, but also about releasing the guilt and shame we hold against ourselves. When we forgive, we are essentially giving ourselves permission to move forward, unburdened by the weight of past grievances. This act of self-compassion can transform our lives in profound ways. It allows us to heal old wounds, release anger, and experience true inner peace. Imagine carrying a heavy stone in your heart, a stone that represents all the grudges, anger, and pain you've accumulated over the years. Forgiveness is like gently placing that stone into a calm river, watching it sink and disappear, leaving you feeling lighter and more at peace. This process of letting go is essential for our emotional and mental well-being. When we forgive, we open ourselves up to compassion, understanding, and love for ourselves and for others. This openness can lead to deeper connections and more meaningful relationships. It allows us to see the humanity in others, to understand that everyone makes mistakes, and that holding on to anger only harms us in the end. By embracing forgiveness, we create a space for empathy and kindness to flourish. Sarah, freed from the burden of resentment, found a new lightness in her heart. Her journey towards forgiveness was not easy, but it was incredibly rewarding. She began by acknowledging her pain and allowing herself to feel it fully. Then she made a conscious decision to let go of the anger and hurt that had been holding her back. This decision was the first step towards her emotional freedom. She was able to forgive herself for past mistakes and to approach life with a renewed sense of hope. Sarah started to practice self-compassion, reminding herself that everyone makes mistakes and that she deserved to be happy. She also began to see the positive changes in her relationships, as her newfound sense of peace and understanding allowed her to connect with others on a deeper level. Forgiveness transformed Sarah's life, showing her that true healing comes from within. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison. It consumes you from the inside, gnawing at your peace and happiness. The more you hold on to it, the more it festers, affecting not just your mental state, but also your physical health. Anger can lead to stress, high blood pressure, and even heart problems. It's a heavy burden to carry, one that weighs you down and prevents you from moving forward in life. And expecting the other person to die. It only hurts you. Forgiveness is the antidote. When you forgive, you release yourself from the chains of resentment. It's not about condoning the actions that hurt you, but about freeing yourself from the negative emotions that hold you back. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself, a step towards healing and reclaiming your inner peace. It's about choosing to let go of the anger and bitterness that poison your soul. It's about choosing peace. Imagine the weight lifting off your shoulders as you release those negative feelings. Picture yourself finding joy in the little things again, smiling more, and feeling a sense of calm wash over you. Letting go of anger is a powerful act of self-love and self-care. Sarah, finally at peace with her past, found a new sense of calm and serenity. She realized that holding on to anger was like carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Each rock represented a grudge, a hurt, a disappointment. By letting go, she was able to lighten her load and walk through life with a renewed sense of freedom and joy. She learned to forgive others more easily, understanding that everyone makes mistakes and that holding on to anger only perpetuates the cycle of pain. Forgiveness became her way of breaking free from that cycle, allowing her to build healthier, more positive relationships. She found that by letting go of anger, she made room for love, compassion, and understanding. Knowing that holding on to anger only brought more pain, she discovered that true strength lies in the ability to forgive and move on. By releasing her anger, she reclaimed her power and found a deeper sense of peace and contentment. Letting go of anger is not always easy, but it is always worth it. It is a journey towards healing, a path to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Forgiveness is not a one-time event. It's a process, a journey. There will be days when the pain resurfaces, but with each act of forgiveness, you strengthen your ability to let go and choose peace. Sarah, committed to her journey of forgiveness, found that over time, the pain lessened. She was able to think of her father without feeling overwhelmed by anger. When you forgive, you not only heal yourself but also inspire others to do the same. Forgiveness has a ripple effect, spreading kindness and compassion throughout the world. Sarah, transformed by her journey, became an inspiration to others. She shared her story openly, encouraging others to embrace forgiveness and experience its healing power. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the prison of the past. It's a gift you give yourself, a path to freedom, peace, and joy. Choose to forgive, choose to heal, choose freedom. Sarah, finally free, embraced life with open arms. She had found the true meaning of forgiveness, a journey of healing, hope, and boundless love.